This is one last thing. I mean, today up in northern Mississippi, along the border, there's a bunch of people from Arkansas campaigning for it. They're going to be there Monday. They flooded East Texas, 65 people. 85 of them went all the way to New Hampshire to campaign for her and save the state for her. Handed out a little brochure they wrote themselves about the things she had done to change other people's lives. That's what you want in a president. And you want somebody, finally, who won't forget what you look like right now. You're into this. And you know why you are? Because you know this country's in trouble and we've got to turn it around and lift it up and pull it together and move it forward. You know that. And if you notice, I don't know if you noticed this, but in both, we started out with a lot of Republicans, a lot of Democrats running for president. And if you watch the debates like I did, they all got better all along. Did you notice that? Every debate seemed like they all got better. You know why? Because of you and people like you. Because every 4 years, the American people write a new song. And the words are the notes. And the words never change, just like the notes don't change in music. But it's a different emphasis. Their hopes, their fears, their dreams, their nightmares, their problems, and the promise of America, it all comes out. But it's easy to forget about it once you get to be president. Get isolated. Look at the damage done to President Bush's second term by the way people all over this country feel about the way Katrina was handled. And this is not about political party. As you know, some of your Republicans were among the sharpest critics. And there were plenty of Republicans who loved him, who had done a good job at FEMA, but they weren't well enough connected. So they chose somebody who wasn't qualified. I picked somebody who would run that place and it was in good shape because I didn't forget about you. Hillary won't forget about you. And that's important. That's important. I want to tell you this story, and I'll close with this, and it's not a downer to me, it's an upper. The most moving thing I've had happen to me in this election, just about her as a person and a candidate, happened to me, unbelievably enough, on a golf course about last summer. This buddy of mine I went to college with from Nevada called and said he was bringing 2 friends to New York and he wanted to play a golf course that was close to my house. And he said, "Now, Bill, you used to be president. Surely you would get me on this golf course." So I said, "Yeah, and used to be is the important part of that. I'll go with you." So I took him out there and I got them caddy because it was a difficult course. We played the first hole. The other 3 guys walk off the green. I'm walking off the green, went for the only time in my life I was seized by this vice-like grip. I looked around, there's a caddy holding me. He said, "Wait a minute, I want to talk to you. And this may be my only chance." He said, "You don't know me, do you?" I said, "I don't think so." He said, "That's because I'm not really a caddy." So I thought, "Oh, great. A comedian, a terrorist, what do I got here?" The guy said, "Look," he said, "I just do this to help my family income. In my real life, I'm a captain in the New York City Fire Department." And he said, "What I want to tell you is that before 9/11, most of us firemen thought we were Republicans. We had everything we needed. We already had a good job in retirement and health care. We didn't need anything from the government. And the truth is, we just loved, we were kind of clannish. And we loved all that macho talk that Republicans do." I love this guy. He was so upfront. He said, "We just loved it, all that tough talk. It turned us on." And he was smiling. He said, "But on that awful day, when we were dodging falling parts of the Twin Towers, desperately trying to keep people alive, and in the horrible days after we were crawling through that rubble, just trying to identify human remains to give families some closure. Your wife, my senator, was the only person who knew in the beginning that many of us could get sick and some of us could die because of what we breathe doing our duty." You remember those pictures? Remember all that stuff in here? What you saw was asbestos, PCBs, and benzene, 3 well-known cancer-causing agents. Okay. He said, "But the president, most of us voted for, the whole White House, the whole EPA, they said, oh, we didn't need any money for early aggressive diagnosis and care because there's no way we could get sick." He laughed. He said, "Of course, they always wore masks when they came down." And he said, "They fought us." He said, "But Hillary stood up for us, and she kept doing it. And it didn't matter whether there were any headlines on that day. And eventually she got some people to help her in both parties, and we got the help we needed." And he said, "Because of her, some of us who would have died are alive. And he said, those who didn't make it, at least our families know that Congress honored their service at a difficult time. And he looked at me and he said, by then I'm crying like a baby standing on the golf. He said, I don't know what I think about politics anymore. But he said, I do know this. That's the kind of person who ought to be president. Somebody who knows what it's like to be me and is always there. And I would do anything I could to help elect her. So I called him the next day. I said, what you can do is give me permission to tell the story. And he did. So I'm just leaving you that. You are never going to have a chance to vote for a better candidate for president. Not ever. You are not going to have a chance. And I'm telling you, I believe with all my heart, if you elect her and her energy and health care and education programs pass, and we get this country back to making financial sense again, I believe that you will have more jobs and more broadly shared prosperity and more people moving out of poverty in her presidency than you did when I served. So if you want to elect a president where you know for sure America will be better off when she quits than when she started, our kids and grandkids will have a better future, and the world will be coming together instead of being driven apart, you vote for her on Tuesday, and you'll get this back. Thank you.